The scandalous marriage between Vice President Constantino Chiwenga and his estranged wife Mary Mbaiwa took a further turn on Tuesday after the former Judge President George Chiweshe and the High Court Judge Munamato Mtevedzi denied ever having solemnized the union. Chiwenga is claiming Mary fraudulently obtained a marriage certificate at a time that he was seriously ill and indisposed. Mbaiwa is now being accused of forging Chiwenga's signatures in a bid to formalize their marriage. The trial started on Monday before Harare Magistrate Lazeni Ncube. Chiweshe said it was Mtevedzi who solemnized the marriage. The now Supreme Court judge said Mbaiwa only approached him as an uncle at his office at a high court and asked to be solemnized, but he referred her to Mtevedzi. He said he did not suspect any foul play since the parties were living together, married traditionally, and had children. I wouldn't have known the discussions the two had at their home about upgrading their marriage. I assumed it was a request from the couple. Don't forget, Chiwenga had paid lobola, living together and having children, so I had no reason to suspect. I had no reason to suspect what Mary was asking for had not been discussed with her husband, Chiweshe has said. During cross-examination with Beatrice Mutetwa, who is Mbaiwa's lawyer, Chiweshe said he cannot say there was misrepresentation of facts by Mbaiwa since he was not aware of her plans with Chiwenga. Chiweshe said he could not know many things in their marriage because when she got married to the general and vice president, Mbaiwa, she stopped communicating with him. Chiweshe said when Mbaiwa asked for that request, he directed her to Mtevedzi and was expecting Mtevedzi to call the couples and fill the forms. However, Chiweshe said it could not be possible to solemnize couple when one is not knowing or available. Mbaiwa denies the allegations. In her defense, she stated that from the time of the payment of Tobola on July the 2nd, 2011, they had agreed that they would formally wed, and as in the custom, a wedding was requested from her family upon the conclusion of the lobola ceremony. As she was pregnant with the party's first child at the time of Rohora, no date was agreed to as to the time of the payment of Rohora. She delivered the party's first child on 4 November 2011, and she fell pregnant soon thereafter and gave birth to their second child on 15th of November 2012. With a third pregnancy following soon thereafter, with the party's last child being born on the 13th of February 2014, Mutetwa submitted on behalf of Mbaiwa. Owing to the successive pregnancies within a short period of time, she will say that her back was considerably weakened and she suffered from back pain, resulting in the intended wedding being shelved until her back had become better. During the same period, the complainant suffered from various illnesses, which included an operation for severe sinusitis. Although they spoke about the wedding from time to time, a date was never set due to their various medical conditions, the complainant's busy schedule, and the bomb blast they were involved in. She said when Chiwenga was in India in 2019, when he was receiving treatment, they agreed that they would have a small wedding. Mbaiwa said they ordered wedding rings from Chiwenga's client and she couldn't have done that without him knowing. She said she could not coerce an adult into a marriage without his consent. She also said she will contend that the prosecution is part of a continued persecution through the use of the criminal justice system, all done in an endeavor to force her to abandon her rights in the pending matrimonial action before the High Court. In particular, she will deny that she did anything which can remotely be categorized as contravention of Section 35 of the Act, Mutetwa submitted. Mtevedzi, however, said he is shocked where the National Prosecuting Authority picked information that he solemnized the marriage. I don't know where the state got that I issued a marriage license. There was no such an application under oath before me. Taking of oath and signing the license was never done as far as I know. A part on marriage cannot consent on behalf of the other part without that person physically being on the ground, he said. Mtevedzi, however, confirmed that the issue was brought to his office by former Judge President George Chiwenga. When he made that request, I then said I will personally solemnize that marriage. I took that decision because judges are not marriage officers in Zimbabwe. I became the highest ranking judicial officer in Zimbabwe, and sending any other junior magistrate would have been disrespect to the vice president. Mutevezi also told the court that he then requested identity particulars of the couple to marry from Justice Chiwenga, and they were brought to his office